Greetings traders, D7 here, freetradingvideos.com. Market's moving sideways. Let's take a look at things. And nice sell-off in the last hour or so of the day. Last hour, hour and a half or so. Big boom, we just come giving a lot of it back. Down 90 points, just over 1%. But look at the NASDAQ leading the group to the downside. That's ominous. Don't like to see that too much. And the S&P down 1.5%, a full 2% on the Russells. Also, VIX came up, but not much. So, you know, you have the leading indicator, the NASDAQ dropping quite a bit, kind of leading the group, but the VIX, you know, just didn't pop up too much. We're still under 45 on the fear indicator. So here we are, the S&P daily. We're just moving sideways. So what I want to do is spend a little bit of time talking about my trend lines and where I've set them up. I've redrawn a couple of these, and I really feel good about where I have these. I really have taken some good time and set these at certain levels. So I want to talk to you about these different levels and how I drew them. So if you wanted to follow along, draw in your trend lines, you can do so. Now the two big blue ones are what I'm considering my primaries. So let's give a little more data here. If you go back in time, oops, didn't mean to move that one. We have support there, support here, or resistance here, resistance here. This blue line, which is parallel with this other one, resistance here, support right there, support. So we have a nice downtrend, and we're at the support level with this downtrend. Now, do you see this light blue one that we have? We've looked at this a couple times, but I want to go back and share with you again. Resistance comes up here acting as some resistance, support, and resistance. So this is acting as a significant area also. Last few days has been acting as resistance for the S&P. This green line, let's go back. We took this big group of candlesticks. All I did was take this and laid it down on top till I hit a body. Boom, right there. And we come rolling back, and then I dropped it until we hit a body, which happens to be right here, which is also our where our big blue line is. So those are lines. Now these horizontal lines that I have drawn coming across are going back. Like this little pink one is to this low that we had here in January, and it comes across. So it's pink, it's light, but these two red ones here go back to 2002, 2003. These two do the same thing. This big chunky red one is the low that we just received here in November. There's the low, which also goes back 12 years to 2000, or I'm sorry, 1997. So that's what this one is, which is precisely what was acting as support right at the end of the day. So we closed at 752 or almost 753. So the 750 area is going to act as support. We hit it there and came up. We hit it here and came up. So chances are we're going to bounce tomorrow, which would be Friday. I don't expect to see any major move to the upside or any major move to the downside on Friday. I do see the markets making its move next week. I think starting Monday, we're going to see movement. This sideways motion that we have here is really ominous. It's a dark cloud over the top of us, because if it keeps building a low base pattern or starts to pinch right here, this could be our bearish pennant, and we could just crash and burn. But we have major support here. We have this blue line. Do you see this blue line coming across? Let me show you where that one. We have support here, support here. Those are the last two major swing lows. So what's going to happen here is if we do drop, it's going to hit this area, which is the last two swing lows, and this big chunky blue one coming down, major support areas. So if we would have to get through those for us really to just to free fall. But I think we're going to chop around right here, come up, and then we're going to challenge these areas right here, these areas. So let me show you precisely where I have these lines. So I'm going to blow this up. This pink line I have set at 805 area. You can see that to the right. This first red one is right at 800, just a smidgen below it, 799. This one is at 796. This one's set at 775, 776, 768. Then this one is at 753, 752 area right here. And then my trend lines, you'll just have to go back in the video to see what swing highs and swing lows that I was hitting here. For example, the two main ones that you want to make sure you have is we have a swing low January 5th, or I'm sorry, swing high January 5th and 6th, January 6th to February 9th. You'll want that one drawn, but you can remember you're going to capture, a swing low right there, which happens to be September 17th. And then on our low trend line, you're going to be December 12th, January 20th, and then February 23rd. There you have it. So, you know what? I'm going to show you one more thing while we're here. It's a long video. The MACD, anytime you cross on the MACD, you will flip on the histogram. So we had a negative reading below 1 on the histogram. As long as we stayed crossed over until we cross over again, and then we flip to the positive side. Then you run up, and vice versa. That's why the histogram will, so we got a crossover on our MACD on a low going positive on us right there. So that's a bullish sign. So you want to watch out for that. So, so what's going to happen next? I don't know. We'll find out on Monday if we're going to go up or down, maybe Tuesday. But next week should have our run. If we do rally to the north, we're going to have resistance at these two red lines. We're going to have resistance at this green line coming down. And then, boom, I could see us just smacking our head right there at 795. Because you got major resistance with those two lines that go back into in 02 and 03, and then you get this big line coming down. So there you have it. Thank you for being part of freetradingvideos.com, and thank you for sharing us with your other trading friends. It's great to have everybody aboard. We have over 145 countries visiting us, so all the friends across the puddle, welcome to FTV, and thanks for being a part. Take care.